Hey guys, it's Morbid Anon coming to you guys live on the YouTube channel. Got some topics and stuff to go over today along the lines of November 5th and what it means to Anonymous. Okay guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the V for Vendetta movies. You guys have basically seen what basically it means, what actions, that V for Vendetta took and everything. And I want to basically go ahead and read to you what November 5th means to Anons and what it means to me specifically after 8 years of being with Anonymous, and what it means every year that it goes by, and what it stemmed from, the origins, and why it's so important to Anonymous. Alright, November 5th, meaning very special day for Anonymous. For this year, Guy Fawkes Day and Capture the Flag Day coincide. Guy Fawkes Day is the British fireworks holiday, appropriated by Alan Moore in the 1982 comic V for Vendetta, which was made into a movie in 2006, which in turn inspired the iconic mask used by the Anonymous group. Okay, guys. With that being said, there's a lot of reasons. It's a lot deeper than just a movie. It's a lot deeper than remember the 5th of November. November 5th is a very special day. Anons from all around the world in every big city go worldwide. We all get together on our marches for a better difference, for peaceful protest. Basically, Anons coming out of their shadows. And it's supposed to be about peace, love, ending poverty. It's basically supposed to be about all the things that Anonymous represents. But sometimes we get greeted with other protesters, such as Antifa, such as Black Bloc, such as a couple other agencies that believe that destruction and violence will make the government and agencies listen to them. Anonymous has a different approach to things. We believe in being the change, being the voice, standing up for what you believe in. We believe in going about it peacefully. A lot of the other agencies, they don't really respect police officers. We've shut down FBI. We've done a couple other operations to we've had to do, but we overcame it. You know what I mean? And we've grown stronger since all this has happened. We don't get together to hurt people at protests. We don't do that. As crazy as that may sound. We are actually deemed as terrorists because the Guy Fawkes mask. This Guy Fawkes mask represents a lot of things. As you've seen me reveal in my videos, it's freedom, liberty. This mask represents me, represents you, represents we the people. This mask means a lot. It is a symbol to the American public. It's also a symbol to the media. Some people think it means hackers. Some people think it means this, that, and the other. But when all reality, it's basically a sign saying, hey, I'm here. I want to help. I want to do good. Everybody needs to do something good in the world. I don't care what it is. Don't care what your origin is. Everybody has a purpose and a calling in life. Some people have different systematic approaches. Some people believe that working at a homeless shelter, working in a soup kitchen will do this good deed. Some people believe in going to church is a good deed. Some people believe in doing certain things as good deeds. That basically helps them sleep at night. And, lets them know that they are trying to make a difference. Anonymous, we like to get our voices heard. We like to protest. We like to get our words out there. We like to basically advertise the things that are corrupt. We like to expose the government for what they are, so that way the American people knows we completely abide by the Constitution. There are some, Anons out there that will put the mask on or whatever, and they're not really anonymous. They're actually people that just want to wear a Halloween mask, go around beating people up or robbing banks. Some of them people do. There's some crazy shit that happens like that. Some people think that, we're wearing these masks because we're going to purge. No, we're not going to purge. We're not doing anything like that. This mask represents love, represents freedom. It represents no violence at all. But since it is basically a feared symbol, the media fear it. People across the internet fear it. People at marches and protests fear it. We're just a symbol. It's feared. And I don't think it's right at all. I do get several attacks because we're wearing the mask and everything. But the guy fucks is a tradition for us. We brought this alive, we brought this alive for operations and to do things for the American people, to expose the government, and we're looked at as the bad guys. There's been Anons that have been targeted and killed for doing what I'm basically doing right now. You're putting a lot of things on the line. When you're talking about Anonymous, you're talking about soldiers, you're talking about veterans, you're talking about bankers, you're talking about policemen, you're talking about businessmen. It's just a broad spectrum of everybody, basically, that's come together from every community that sees corruption, and they take off the mask, they join Anonymous. The November 5th, it means Day of Peace. It's a day that we get our voices out. It's a day that people will decide to listen to us. It's a day the media listens to us. It's a very important day for that reason. Not only because it's a British holiday, not even because it's founded by Alan Moore. Nothing like that, guys. It's not along those lines at all. It has a deeper, sincere meaning. Meaning November 5th, remember the 5th of November? Yeah, don't ever forget that date. Because a man stood up for his rights, fought the British Parliament, and he won. You know what I mean? He won. And it's about peaceful protest. People want to follow your path. It's about Anons being shining examples. It's about us doing our duty and our calling. Not about attacking, not about being aggressive, not about showing who's bigger. There are no leaderships. There are no rankings in Anonymous. You either, you're Anonymous, you're a part of the family. You know what I mean? Or you're not. There isn't no going out there, being a big leader. I may get recognized because of my YouTube videos, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just like you. I'm not big, I'm not high, I'm not mighty. I'm just basically another Anon that's making YouTube videos that wants my voice to be heard on the public media. My job and my duty is to basically help everyone understand what Anonymous is about, why we do things, and why, some things don't go the way they really do. Why the government are doing this. Basically to get your gears turning. Because the government knows when we're all united and we all come together, we're dangerous. We're like unstoppable. November 5th, we all come together, put our mask on, the government's afraid of that. Because of what we can do together. But when we're divided and we're scattered and we start forgetting about the purpose of November 5th, we start forgetting about the purpose of protest, we're vulnerable. We're divided. We're against each other. They don't want us to come together. They don't want us to stand up for their rights. They don't want us, waving peaceful flags saying, please give us peace. Please just leave our families be. Please let us work. The crooked politics just needs to stop. This mask represents a lot. You will be deemed as a terrorist for wearing the mask. I saw a video on NCIS this morning. I told my fiance about it. I woke up from literally sleeping to seeing on NCIS them talking about Anonymous and being terrorist. And I said, babe, do you see what the fuck they're talking about? They're calling us terrorists. For anybody that wears this mask, they're calling them a terrorist. That's not right. You shouldn't do that. We're not terrorists. We want to help people. But because we want to help people and because there's been some idiots that have put this mask on and went out there and ruined our name, went and robbed banks with it and done this, that, and the other, it's a feared symbol. The purge is a feared symbol. Because they write all over their masks and they do all this crazy shit. So people fear it, and people consider some of us to be purge members. We are not purge members. We're not talking about purging anything. We're talking about purging the government to get answers. We're talking about, stopping the crooked politics. We're talking about giving you money back in your pocket. We're talking about we're talking about taxes, we're talking about where the money goes, revenues. This is the stuff that we base our Anonymous protest on. For every voice that we have, for every subscriber I get on here, for every beating heart that hears what I have to say, that is another person that understands a little bit more about Anonymous and what we do and what we truly stand for. We stand for helping the homeless. We stand for standing up and speaking up for the weak and the innocent. Some of us are lawyers. We believe, common and right justice. We don't believe blacks and whites or KKK or any of those movements or groups. We're totally against it. We shut down web pages all the time of people that just cause hate groups, cause disruptions because of what they do and what they're doing to our country, to our world, what they are causing amongst people. They're calling a civil outcry. People are crying out for answers. And us Anonymous just want to give them those answers. We want to help. If everybody refuses to help in the world, then the world's going to go to shit. But if people really want to make a difference and stand up and get their voice heard, that's whenever it's going to matter. You can make a difference. You can have your voice be heard. Your voice does matter. Your opinion does matter. Your political views does matter. But you can't be afraid to voice them and stand up for what you believe in. When something is wrong, you have to try to make it right. If someone's infringing upon your rights and your constitutions, the Founding Fathers gave you those. They wrote up that Constitution so that way you can have the freedoms you have today with you and your family. Today, those constitutional rights are being infringed upon. So people like myself and Anonymous and all of us members, we have to try to stop this corruption. So that way they don't infringe upon any more of our rights, take away our guns, throw us in FEMA camps, or do anything else that other countries are doing to their citizens that's unlawful. We don't want that. We don't want martial law. So we stand up and say no martial law. That's what we do. We're not the enemy. Our job and objective is to help we the people. Is to help the world. To stop world hunger. To put homeless people in sleeping bags. To give them a blanket and a little bit to eat. That is what our jobs and objective is to do. Is to help the people that is needy and defend the innocent. And defend the weak that can't really stand up for themselves. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. United as one, divided by zero. Expect us.